it's Jackie from Parham Physiotherapy Solutions back with another video. I had some really lovely feedback from the beginners Pilates sequence that I put together. So what I've done here is I've just used some of the Pilates based exercises that I teach in a class and combined them with a small warm up and cool down so that you can feel as though you've actually attended one of my classes. The exercises are designed to activate you and get you moving a little bit. We're all spending a lot of time at the moment sort of based at computers, laptops, looking at our phone, Zoom consultations, etc, etc. So we need to stretch our bodies, get our necks moving, get our lower back moving, activate our muscles, stretch our hamstrings and hip flexors. So I hope you can use these exercises to your advantage. It's always quite nice to exercise with music on, so if you want to pop some of your favourite tunes on, that would be great. And just grab yourself a mat or a nice soft area to lie on, like your carpet or a rug, and a small hand towel or something you can use as a cushion. That would be perfect. If you've got any problems with the exercises, because I won't be able to see you actually doing them, just stop doing them if they're giving you any pain or discomfort, or just modify them in any way you feel comfortable. And please don't hesitate to drop me a line at info@parhamphysiotherapy.co.uk if you've got any queries or you'd like to find out a little bit more about the Pilates classes that we run. Okay, so we're going to start in standing. So start standing behind your mat, feet about hip width apart. Okay, lovely soft knees, neutral pelvis, lengthen through your spine, widen your collarbones and lengthen through the back of your neck with a small nod of your chin. Okay, and we're just going to start by just rocking our bodies forwards and backwards. Okay, so as you rock your body forwards, rise up slightly onto your toes, not a full calf raise, but just enough just to lift those heels slightly up off the mat or the floor. Okay. As you rock back, just try and lift your toes up. Okay, so your small heel lift, followed by a toe lift. Okay. Now as you lift your toes, try and spread them out. And as you roll forwards, then try and place each toe individually down onto the floor. So you're really taking the weight through each of the 5 toes of your feet. Okay. I'm going to do this a couple more times. And you're aiming to feel the weight passing through all 5 toes and through your heels when you finish. Okay, so when you've found that mid position, we're going to start turning the head to the right, back through centre and to the left. So we're just going to start by warming up our necks, then we'll work through to the upper body and the shoulders, hips, knees, and then a full body stretch. Okay, now I'm going to side bend down to the right, fold through your shoulder, roll through your upper body, and then engage through your centre and restack your spine. So you're going to roll that left shoulder back, fold down to the left, roll your upper body, engage through your centre and restack your spine. We'll do one more on each side. So you're really waking up those shoulders and your upper body. Now I tend to spend a little bit longer on each of these exercises during a class, but as this is a shorter program, we don't want to spend too long. Let's just do one more. This is a great exercise, I love this, for really loosening up that upper body. And once more, good. And roll through, and then restack that spine through the centre. You're now going to unzip your side, reaching up to the ceiling with your right arm. Reach up and over to the corner of the room and then place your left hand on your hip and just nudge through to the side and then back down. So again, we're going to unzip, reach up and over, use your hand to nudge your hips away, feel that stretch through your side and back up. And one more on each side. So we're reaching up and over, feel that stretch, lengthen through your fingertips, reaching to the corner of the room. Okay, good. And now place your hands on your hips and we're going to do some small knee bends. Okay, thinking about those hip bones, they should be facing directly forwards. And you're folding at your hips, so you should be reaching your bottom out behind you. So your bottom should be going to the back of the room. We'll start with a small movement. We're just getting those hips and knees and ankles acclimatized to a bit of flexion. Good. This time we're going to reach forwards with our arms and work a bit deeper into that squat. Good. So you're going to exhale as you reach forwards, inhale as you come back up. Now I've quite handily got the sofa behind me, so I can actually aim to sit back onto the sofa but not, or touch my bottom down onto the sofa. I'm not actually trying to sit down. But keep those knees parallel. So your knees should be passing roughly over your second toes. And remembering to keep your upper body relaxed, reaching forwards with your arms. And this time we're going to stay down. And we're going to inhale as we open our arm to the back of the room. And exhale to bring it to centre. So you're going to inhale to reach the other arm to the back of the room. Inhale to centre. Now make sure your hip bones and your knees are facing directly forwards. So you're keeping strong through those centre muscles. Pilates is all about strength through that core. Good. And back up. Now place your hands back on your hips. You're going to flex through those knees again. We're going to work back to that small squat. Okay. This time we're going to stay down. Moving into a foot series. So we're going to lift the heels. You're going to keep those heels lifted as you straighten through your knees and lower the heels. So you're going to flex through the knees and hips. Lift the heels, straighten the knees, lower the heels. This takes a little bit of coordination and concentration and balance. And even I there struggle a bit sometimes. Good. Now we're going to reverse it. So you're going to rise up onto your toes. Keep those heels up as you lift your heel, flex through your knees, lower your heels, lift up. Rise up onto your toes, bend through your knees, lower and back up. And once more then, rising up, flex through those knees, lower those heels, and come back up, okay? So we've got the body warmed up a little bit. We're going to do 3 roll downs, and the last one we're going to end up on the mat. So I want you to go to the end of your mat. Hope you can still see me there properly. Okay, feet hip width apart. Standing tall, lovely wide collarbones long through the neck. You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, roll your chin down towards your chest. You're going to roll through the upper body and the shoulders, keeping those arms relaxed. Using your tummy, you're going to roll down through your spine, and finally allow your pelvis to wheel forwards, so your arms should be hanging down towards the mat. Release any tension in the back of your neck. Take a breath in here, and as you breathe out, engage through your centre and restack your spine. All the way up, segment by segment, finally restoring the neck position. And again, we're going to roll the chin down to the chest, nose down to the breastbone. Rolling down through that upper body, wheeling down through the pelvis, allowing the arms to hang heavy. See if you can reach that bit further. Your arms should be like a rag doll's. Engage to your centre and roll back up. And once more, you're going to roll your chin down to your chest, using your tummy to curl you down. Make this an active process. Yeah, it's all about control. And this time we're going to walk the hands forwards. So we're now in 4-point kneeling. Okay? So I'm just going to move the camera angle slightly so you can see what I'm doing. Okay? So, in 4-point kneeling, knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Okay? We're going to start with the cat-camel stretch. So we're just going to roll the lower back up to the ceiling. And then arch the spine. Using the tummy to curl you up. And just keeping strong as you work into extension. It's great for mobilising your spine, this exercise. Okay, then find your neutral pelvis, and we're moving into the swimming exercise. So press down through the palms of your hands. You're pushing your body away from the mat. And then you're going to slide one leg back, keeping strong through your centre, and hover the foot up off the mat, and then bring it back. And repeat that with the other leg. So you slide the foot away, reach it to the back of the room, and slide it back in. So as you're doing this exercise, you're looking to use your bottom muscles to hover your leg. And you're getting that feeling of lengthening through your body by reaching your foot away from you. Try and keep your spine as still as possible. Maybe see if you can get someone to balance something on top of it. You know, maybe a soft ball or something like that. Your hip bones should still be pointing down to the mat. Remember, they're your headlamps, pointing directly forwards. Try and minimise any twisting in your pelvis and your spine. And keep pushing the floor away. Okay. So this time we're going to combine an arm and a leg lift, okay? So we're going on to swimming level 4. So we're going to reach the arm forwards as we reach the leg away. Opposite arm and leg. And lower it down. Don't bring it completely back to the start though. Just lower down to the mat. And then lift again. I'm going to do 5 here. So 5. 4, strong through that core. Push the floor away with the weight bearing hand. 3, 2, and 1. And bring it back to centre. We're going to repeat that with the other leg. We're going to reach the arm and leg away. We're going to hover the arm and leg, reaching them to the opposite sides of the room. Strong through that centre. Push the floor away. We're going to lower and lift for 5, 4, keep that spine strong, 3, lengthen through your neck, 2, and 1, good, and lower it back down, come back to centre, and then just take yourself back into a child's pose stretch. Then we're going to walk ourselves back forwards into sitting, okay? So from here, I want you sitting directly on your sit bones, okay? So you're trying to get that sort of neutral pelvis, you're not dropping back here. So neutral pelvis, arms out in front of you, long through your neck, relaxed here, lovely wide collarbones. And we're going to do a roll up. So you're going to engage through your centre and roll back off your pelvis. Tilt that pelvis back. You're going to roll down as far as you can control. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, maintaining that C shape in your spine until your shoulders come over your hips, and then restack your spine. So you roll back off your pelvis, rolling down as far as you can control. On the way back up, you're going to maintain that C shape in your spine until your shoulders are over your hips, and then you restack your spine. So we're looking here at eccentrically controlling our abdominal muscles and improving that segmental control of our spine, okay? So we're going to do 3 more here. Roll back, you'll feel the movement in the spine, it's lovely. And up. And with any of these exercises, as I said, if they're a bit too challenging, you can sit them out. We'll just take it more gently, do fewer repetitions. And up, good. Now this time we're going to move into an oblique roll up. So you're going to roll back, and then you're going to open your arm to the floor. Maintain that C shape in your spine as you bring the arms together. Roll back up and restack. To the other side, so we're going to roll back off your pelvis. Open up, back, restack. Do 1 more on each side then, okay? So we're going to roll back. Open. Keeping relaxed through that neck. I know it's quite difficult sometimes when you're working quite hard. And back. And restack. And then we're going to slowly roll all the way back down to the mat. And if you need to, you can then get your pillow for your head. Okay. So now we should be in Pilates rest position. So your knees and feet should be hip width apart. Pelvis in neutral, hip bones facing up to the ceiling, arms down by your sides. Widen through your collarbones. Lengthen through your neck. Have a small nod of your chin. And we'll just start with scissors level 1. Just to make sure that we can feel these centre muscles engaged, that we're certain we can maintain a lovely neutral and relaxed spine when we're moving these levers. Okay, remembering to exhale as we lift and inhale to lower. So we're exhaling as we make an effort and inhaling to come back to the start. It's a lovely little recovery after that last exercise as well. Okay, now up to double tabletop, and we'll move on to scissors level 2. So we're going to layer these scissors exercises up a little bit. Okay. So you're exhaling to lower, inhaling to come back up. Good. Got a feeling this exercise program is going to take a bit longer than half an hour, but that's never a bad thing. Good. Exhale to lower, inhale to come back up. Let's make it a bit quicker. So we're going to switch. So you switch and switch and switch. Good. Still maintain as flat a tummy as you can. Relax through your lower back. You should have that lovely lumbar lordosis, but it shouldn't be arching up off the mat. And your ribs should be sinking down into the mat as though you're sunbathing on sand. Now you should start to feel this now. If you want to make it a bit easier, remember you can go back to level 2. Good. And relax. Just squeeze your knees and feet together, and then just roll your knees one direction. Use your tummy to bring your knees back up and roll the other way. Just relax that spine off. Okay. And then we're going to move in to an overhead reach, so it's double leg stretch level 2. Okay, so float your arms up overhead. We're doing nothing with our legs at the moment. We're going to focus on the arms. So reaching the fingertips up to the ceiling. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, float your arms up overhead till they're level with your ears. And then as you inhale, you're going to draw a small semicircle with your hands. Bring them back to the start. So you exhale as you take your arms up overhead, level with your ears, and then bring them back up. So this is technically called, through my training, the double leg stretch level 2, but there's not much leg action going on at the moment. So remembering you're exhaling as you reach up and inhaling as you come back round. Drawing that small semicircle or a D shape with your arms. Keeping your ribs sinking down, maintaining control in that lower back. If you need to, you can always release your legs back down to the mat and just do the movement with your arms. But we're looking to strengthen the connection between the ribs and the pelvis. Imagine you've got springs connecting the ribs to the pelvis. Good. Okay, now, if you're comfortable too, we can add in a one leg stretch, so this makes it double leg stretch level 3. So you exhale as you reach your arms and one leg away, and inhale to come back to the start. Exhale to reach the other leg away, and come back. So now you've got that feeling of length through the fingertips and the toes, but you've also got to keep that strong connection between the ribs and the pelvis. Keep your tummy flat. And we're going to do one more on each side. Try and keep your neck relaxed, ribs sinking down into your mat. Good. Come back up, lower your hands, and then one leg at a time. Okay, and if you need to, then just do a small knee hug. Okay, and then we'll just stretch one leg away. Get a nice stretch through those hip flexors. And just swap legs. Excellent. So now we're going to work into some bridging. It's great to get your glutes firing and also get a nice active stretch through your hip flexors. Okay, so you're going to squeeze your knees and your feet together, tuck your tailbone under and curl yourself up into a bridge. And then slowly lower back down. Segment by segment. Okay, now I'm actually going to take my towel away because I find it more comfortable. Okay, so we're just curling up through the spine. Imagine you're peeling your spine up off a piece of sellotape, up to shoulder blade height, and then as you roll back down, you're replacing each individual vertebra back onto that same piece of sellotape in the same place. Okay, so you're going to exhale as you engage through your centre, tuck that tailbone under and curl up. Keep those knees squeezed together, it makes it much harder through those adductors and your lower abdominal muscles. And again, you're going to curl up, all the way up. Feel the mobility through your spine, feel the activation of those spinal muscles and those central muscles. You should also be feeling it through your glutes and your hamstrings. If you want the extra challenge, float your arms up to the ceiling. And then lower back down. And once more then, we're going to roll all the way up. And just hold it there. And if you can, as you breathe out, just perform a nice overhead reach. And then leaving your arms there, roll yourself back down. Feel that stretch through your upper body. And then just stretch one leg away and the other leg away. And just enjoy the stretch there. Okay. So we're going to roll onto your side now. I'm going to do some exercises for your glutes. Okay. So take your towel, place it between your arm and your head. And this is one of my favourite little sequences, okay? So we start with your knees, hips and shoulders in line. Going to lengthen through this top half so you've got small space between your waist and the mat. You can just place your arm, eggshell pressure, in front of you here, okay? Straighten that top leg, hover it to hip height. We're going to move into a side kick. So imagine you've got a pencil on your toe, and you're going to draw a line forwards with your toe, and then you're going to have a rubber on your heel, and you're going to erase that line. Good. So you're going to breathe out as you float that leg forwards, and in as you bring it back. Keep strong through that centre. If you want to, you can put your hand on your tummy, because that will also help you know whether or not you're rolling forwards in that lumbar spine and pelvis. Remember to point the toe on the way forwards and get your glutes working a bit harder by leading back with your heel. Good. Remember drawing that line. The other thing you can think about is dusting a low-lying glass table with your inner thigh. Bit of a strange analogy, but it works for some. Good. Okay, now leave your leg where it is. From here, we're just going to abduct that hip to the side and lower. Going to lift and lower. Don't let the leg touch the floor. Keep it to hip height. Lift and lower. Good. Now I can feel I'm working quite hard, so I hope you are as well. And just 3 more then here. So you should really feel this in that outer glute. Good. And 1 more. And just leave it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Bring it in front, give it a bit of a rub, and then we'll work on to the other side. Okay. So, same position as before. So you're going to lie shoulders, hips, and knees in line. Okay, hand in front here, or on your tummy, or on your hip. Just basically, it's not giving you too much stability. You're going to straighten up that top leg. You're going to float it to hip height. And then you're going to float that leg forwards and then lead back with your heel. So I think I'm at a slightly different angle for the camera here, so you might see a different movement. The aim is that you're keeping that pelvis strong. Minimal movement, minimal rotation in your pelvis. We're really working on improving that rotatory control. And I'm not moving my hip past extension, past neutral extension. So sometimes with these exercises we're getting people to work into hip extension. I just want you to work to neutral. Exhale as you come forwards. Inhale to lead back with that heel. You can put your hand on your tummy if you want to make sure that you're not rocking forwards. Remember, you're dusting that low-lying glass table. Just one more here. Good, lead back with that heel, then just point that toe, and then we'll move into a lift and lower here, so some hip abduction. Good. So exhale as you lift, inhale to lower. Keep lengthen through this top half. Small space between your waist and the mat. Just enough space for a blueberry or something that size. Now I can really feel this in the outer thigh now. And just 2 more then, so 1 and 2, and just hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just give it a bit of a rub. Okay. And we're going to finally move into some prone lying exercises. So when we spend a lot of time at the computer, we find we become quite hunched in our shoulders and we get a bit of a pokey chin posture. So I want you to get your towel and you're going to rest your forehead on your towel. Just pop your arms down by your sides. If we work from foot up, your heels should be pointing to the ceiling. Draw your bottom down towards your heels. So that will put your pelvis in a neutral position. And you should feel your waist lifting slightly now up off the mat. Relax your arms down by your sides with your palms up. You're just going to lengthen through the back of your neck, resting your forehead on your towel. I just want you to draw your shoulder blades down and back around your chest wall, reaching your fingers down towards your feet. You should feel the front of your chest opening up and your scapular muscles activated at the back. And relax down. Exhale as you draw those shoulder blades down. Reach your fingertips down towards your feet. And inhale as you lower. And again, exhale as you draw those shoulder blades down, widen through those collarbones. Fingertips down towards your feet. And lower. This time, if you can, we're going to combine it with an arm hover. So we're going to draw those shoulder blades down, hover those hands, and if you can, you're going to hover your face up off the mat and lower down. 2 more here then. Exhale as you draw your shoulder blades down, hover your hands, and hover your face away from the mat. Keep lengthen through the back of your neck. And keep looking down. 1 more then. Open up through the front of the chest. Hover those hands. And hover that face. Really working those deep neck and scapular stabilizing muscles. And lower back down. Then bring your hands to shoulder height. Push yourself back up into 4-point kneeling and into child's pose. So now all that's left to do is a couple of gentle stretches. So I'm going to face this way for these so you can see what I'm doing. Bring one leg forwards, okay? Put your hands on your hips to start, and we're just going to tuck that tailbone under and you're going to reach forwards. Engage through that core and feel that stretch through your hip flexor. Okay, if you want to increase the stretch, I'm going to lose my arm here a little bit. You're going to reach up to the ceiling and reach up and over. And that will really stretch through here and through the front of that hip. And back. And then we're going to reach into the hamstrings here. We're going to reach your hips back. Feel the stretch through the back of the hamstrings. And you're going to pull your toes up towards you if you can, just for that extra stretch. We're going to swap legs now, and I'll actually do it sideways on so you can see what I'm doing from the side. Okay, so you're going to go into a high kneeling position here, one leg out in front. You're going to engage through your core, tuck that tailbone under, so you can already feel a bit of a stretch in the front of your hip. And And then if you lunge forwards from here, you'll increase that stretch through that hip flexor. Then reach the same arm up as the leg you're stretching, and then reach up and over, and you'll increase that stretch through the hip flexor and through your side here. Love that stretch. Okay, and then you can work into your hamstrings here, so you're going to reach your hips to the back of the room, heel down on the mat, and feel that stretch through your hamstring. And then if you want to, you can increase the stretch by pulling the toes up towards you. Okay. And then you can tuck back onto your heels, tuck the toes under, and slowly roll yourself back up. Okay. So from here, let's just do a couple of deep breaths, okay? So you're going to take a breath in, reach up to the ceiling and down. And one more. Big breath in as you reach up to the ceiling and out. And then just shake your body off, okay? So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed those exercises. It's not as smooth as it could be in a clinic as we've got limited space, but I do hope that it's given you an idea of some of the exercises that you can do with Pilates, and it's given you a bit of a workout. It's certainly given me a bit of a workout today, so any queries, please don't hesitate to drop me a line, and please feel free to share this with anyone who you think might enjoy it. Thank you.